They're one. All right, guys, welcome to another episode of the Play Paintball podcast. With me, I have my co-host here, as always, good friend, former NFL player, and sports coach, Aaron Brown. And today we have a very special guest. He's actually been helping us out a lot here at the field, doing a lot of media, really actually helping to promote the sport, the field, and just an all-around good guy. Joe Lapuebla, Dare One Media. Thank you for being out here.
What's up, Joe?
Thank you for inviting me.
Yeah, man, we're excited to have you out here, and wanted to just get to know a little bit about you. You know, obviously, your pictures and all that stuff has actually been blowing up here, at least for sure in the Houston area.
Yeah. Well, I'm trying. It's. I've been a photographer for a while, so I've never really got into like Instagram and YouTube and stuff like that. So this year, I kind of really want to focus more into YouTube, Instagram, and recently I saw that what's that posting on Facebook with all those photographers and videographers where they I don't know, you saw it's for the like best out of the year.
Oh yeah. So the Iconic Awards.
Yeah,
the Iconic Awards. So that's a thing.
That's one of my goals. So I saw that over last week, and I was like, let me try. Let me see if I can at least try to make doing that. So I'm planning to go to like a lot more, like events this year. See like the NXL, all the bigger events this year. So hopefully it works out.
Yeah, man. No, you take really good pictures. You have a good eye for the game. Mm-hmm. The Iconic Awards, in case you, and I may be butchering that, but it's basically like the Grammys, but for paintball, right? Yeah.
Okay.
So,
I'm with it.
Okay. We also actually, so not to toot my own horn, but Splat got nominated.
Yeah.
Nominated for, so In the Pits is another podcast that is here in the Texas area. So they did like best D5 player for in Texas, like in the year of 2023, right? Best recreational paintball field, best team, best paint, whatever. They had different categories, and Splat actually got nominated for best speedball field in Texas. So we got the nomination.
Okay,
right?
brother.
We're up there. We're up there with the big dogs. We got, in the same breath with Paintball Fit, in the same breath with X Factor, both professional paintball organizations. So, that's good. Take that with a grain of salt because there was another field also mentioned, but whatever, dude.
and I saw that, and I was like thinking, you know what? If I can help Jay Bird with more media, putting it out there, Facebook, Instagram, we would hopefully next year, you'll be nominated again, and hopefully we get.
Bring home the dough, dude.
Yeah,
that'd be awesome. So, Joe, I know that you come from New York, right?
Yeah. Well, I'm actually from Guam.
Okay.
I moved to New York around 2005. I actually started playing paintball there with my brother. My brother got me into it.
Okay.
And I never really. It was mostly woods balls. Everybody.
Right. We
used to live on a small island, so everything was, just woods ball. We never really played speedball there. So when we moved to New York, my very first field that I saw was in New York, and it was a speedball field. I got pretty excited, saw how everything played out, and because of paintball, that's how I got into photography. When I had my own team there. I actually had two younger generation teams. I kind of grew them within a year.
Okay.
These were a bunch of kids who, always thought like, oh, let's join a team, but never really kind of pushed. But I kind of said, come join us, play with us, see how we work well. And we did play events in Connecticut, New Jersey. We tried to get into bigger events, but these were younger kids, so it's like hard to bring them to like the bigger events. So we played wherever we.
Yeah.
So because of paintball, I started my photography over the course of a couple of years. That's when I had my first kid. I couldn't play anymore, so I said, you know what, I'll just stick with photography for a bit. The kids got older, so they had their own thing, their school, stuff like that. So I kind of had to stop for a bit, but I didn't stop photography.
Yeah.
I started doing events, weddings. I was doing pretty well till 2020 hit.
Yeah.
COVID hit, and
the dreaded COVID.
Yeah.
The killer of all things.
So of course, I it was sustainable. The income was sustainable, but when COVID hit, parties stopped. So everybody wanted refunds, deposits. I said, okay, you know what? I have to do something else. Went back to school, getting into nursing. I'm in nursing. I'm going to school for nursing right now, but still trying to stick with photography. This is kind of like my weekend thing, and like now I'm pretty much doing it every day, every weekend. So
speaking of weekend thing, your team name was the Weekenders?
No, it was New York Drastic when we were in
New York.
The Weekenders was something that I kind of wanted to try this year or last year, but I really didn't know much. I mean, we just moved here last year, so it was like Texas is way different from New York. The way you guys do things, and the way just gathering team members and all. Everyone in Texas loves paintball. In New York, it's basically like kind of seasonal. You know what I mean? Like once winter hits, everybody stops playing, and then when the summer hits, then of course. But the problem is that not everybody comes back out.
Right?
Because they're doing their own thing.
Find different things.
Yeah, here you can basically play paintball all year long, and it's just like really prevalent. So that's why I wanted to try doing that, but I needed to meet people. So of course, when I first met you, I kind of make this like my home field. So come out every day, meet new people, and so far I've been meeting a lot of new people, and it's been great. I one day hopefully I can start my own team, but for now I kind of just want to stick with video, try to help out, and put paintball out there because it's something that I love, and I just kind of want to just put it out there.
Yeah. No, 100%. 100%.
Yeah.
Well, so let me ask you this. You're doing nursing, right? Mm-hmm. What brought you into that as a field? I mean, that's kind of a big jump from. I started school back in 2008 in Westchester, New York, into nursing, but because I had a job, I had to either decide whether to feed my kid or finish school. So I had to work, so I stopped that. I kind of wanted to finish it since I got my wife. She's a nurse, so she finished school last year and she became a nurse. That's how she got a job here in Houston. That's how I moved out here. Okay, and
it's more a little family oriented here, so we kind of said, okay, let's move to Houston. And at the same time, I'm kind of slowly, finishing up nursing. Hopefully, I can become a nurse soon, and then, but still want to do this.
Yeah,
it's I can't. I like nursing, but I love paintball and I love doing photography. If I don't have photography in my life, it's kind of like boring, So I like being out there, taking pictures of everyone, meeting new people, getting to, just putting myself out there. Because I'm not really like an open type of person, but when I'm out here with like you guys and you guys on the field, I can be myself, My wife is very, she's supportive, so that's why she's for how many years? Because I had kids. So my oldest is 15 now, so for about 15 years, it was kind of put family first, and then my thing aside for a while. So now she's letting me do it since my kids are a little older. It's a little easier to take care of them, and so it's just
sure.
I know that feeling, brother. Yeah, I'm with you.
I mean, it's always you're gonna have something for yourself.
Yeah,
I mean, just a little bit just for you to be able to
be
enjoy
yourself.
Your life. Yeah, enjoy your life and stuff like that. And that's one of my philosophies. Just enjoy the life you have, but have something for yourself. Because it's hard enough to just work all day and just
not have something to look forward to.
Yeah, not have something to look. I always look forward to coming out on Sunday. Like I work long hours, and then like once it hits Saturday or Sunday, I'm just like, I'm gonna be at the field on Sunday. If I'm not on the field, I'm working on my photos. Something to just keep me motivated.
Sure.
But I love playing too. I want to be on the field. That's why last practice. But like I said, I want to focus. I kind of want to focus more on media and stuff this year. I want to help you guys out. I want to, I've been trying to come out and help out everybody. My goal is that icon thing. Mm-hmm. Hopefully, I can try to get into it. Even just being nominated, I'd be happy about it. I'll be like, so it's like it's something to strive for. It's just always that one little thing that you're looking for. So
yeah, and there's some pretty cool stuff out there. So what's your Instagram?
Dare One
Media
and my Instagram. Right now for Facebook, it's still under my name, Joseph Lapuebla, because for some reason I can't get Dare One Media on Facebook. I don't know if somebody took it already, or sometimes you try to put it. So I gotta find another. It's the same thing on my YouTube.
Another variation.
Yeah, another variation. So it's the same thing on my YouTube. It's still under my name, but I still gonna put it under Dare One Media. Hopefully, I can get everything organized within the year. It's just something I gotta work with. I'm not I'm an older dude, so this stuff is still kind of new to me. I try to do TikTok, but it's hard to keep up with that.
TikTok.
He's been trying to get me to get on TikTok. I'm with you, brother. I can't do it.
I try, but it's just Instagram. I guess Instagram works well.
Instagram makes it easy.
Yeah,
I'll tell you that much.
Yeah.
And TikTok, honestly, TikTok does make it pretty easy as well. Mm-hmm. It's just it's a little bit more. It's kind of like Android versus iPhone, right?
Yeah.
Like Instagram is like the iPhone, and then TikTok is like the Android.
I like that.
But you can get, like, at least with TikTok, the rights and all that stuff is a little bit like
a little more lax. Yeah,
so,
more a little lax. Yeah.
Like for us being a business page, we have access to certain songs. Like we don't have access to like regular mainstream music, right? So if you hear like a new song come up, it's going to be different. So our light just turned off. We're going to try and turn our light back on.
I knew that would happen.
Yeah, I know. That's what happened. Now we got a video. So
you want me to go check?
You probably just stand up. Just walk over there. There you go. All right. We're not going to cut off again. It's going to cut off again. Yeah. Well, 15 minutes.
Every 15 minutes?
Well, I don't know. It's been on for a minute though. It's been on for a minute. But so let me ask you this: Dare One Media.
Yeah.
How did you come up with that? What did you like? Did it just sound good?
No, this was actually my first. I had it back in 2008.
Okay.
The reason why I picked Dare was back then I used to do graffiti.
Okay.
Back where do a lot of art. I loved art, and I used to do, and that was my tag name. This was back in Guam, and whenever wherever in New York because there used to be this place called it's like a place where you can go tag.
Okay.
It's like they broke
an art park.
Yeah, you can tag on a building. It's like a part of. It's an art area where you can go tag wherever you want. You just let them know you want to do your own art. So that was my tag name back then. So for
Dare.
Yeah, Dare. So I said, okay, fine. And then it started off as Dare Media, and then somebody had that. Like I said, usually when you try to go look up on the, you can't get it. So I was like, okay, I got to put something on it. So before I would just put Dare One on one of my, because of course I want to be number one. Mm-hmm. So I said, okay. It ended up being just Dare One Media for some reason. Since this was in 2008. Moved all the way up till now, and I just kept it. I said, okay, so some people I had following on Facebook already from that. So I said, okay, I'll just stick with that, because this way I don't have to go look for more followers. This way, it's he's back. He can, he's doing more paintball.
Just keep,
yeah. So before I used to post on like the older stuff like Flickr, Photo Bucket, and all that stuff. Now you have
MySpace, bro. You got a MySpace or what?
That's how old I am.
Yeah. We're like
MySpace.
Me too, bro.
Are you MySpace old or are you Facebook old?
There was this one. There was one Friendster. See, that's how old I am.
Friendster.
There's this thing called Friendster. It was like a competitive to MySpace. So they try to beat them, and I guess it didn't work out. So it ended up being MySpace, and so I had a MySpace.
It must have been a New York thing, that Friendster, bro. Did you ever
No,
heard of Friendster?
Not Friendster.
It was another competitive to MySpace, but it didn't work out as well. So they said, okay, fine. So I'll just skip and stick with MySpace, and then Facebook came out.
Yeah,
that's when
things started changing.
Yes, things started changing, but at that time you would think like my Facebook is just for like your friends and all that, but now it's just like they really built into a bigger
Well, at first it was for college students.
Yeah,
because it came out when I was in school. And you had to have a .edu to have a Facebook.
I went to go enroll into community college, so I could get a Facebook.
Just to get a Facebook.
It's like, hey, let me start community college. Does that count? Okay.
As long as you get that email, right?
Uh-huh.
It's that's how old I am. So it's like
So let me ask you this, Joe. So basically, what I'm hearing is, where you're from, Guam, right? And from Westchester?
Guam. Okay. Guam is a small island out in the Pacific. It's about 36 miles long only. So imagine. That's
I can't imagine.
That's from here to Cape.
I'm from Houston. So it's
about the size of Houston.
Yeah, it's small. And we only have like 150,000 people there. Most of them are locally Filipinos, and this other group, Chamorros. Shout out to Guam, but yeah. So it was weird because when paintball it was pretty prevalent, especially woods ball and stuff like that. And we used anything, how you go any bunkers, any type of, and I really got into it from there. And I was like, okay, cool. Then when I moved to New York, that's when I found out speedball. It was something like adrenaline rush. I was like, it's fun. You don't have to run everywhere, but you can, you have enough time to run and do what you need to do. It's not like woods ball. You're running from one field to the other, back. Yeah. You're basically shooting at everybody. But this one, a 5-man format, X-ball format, and stuff like that, it was just like really intriguing. And I started with this little kid named Kieran. I got him off. This is one kid that no one ever picked in woods ball. I feel bad for him because when I would go there every Sunday, and he was just like, everybody's in teams, and they would never pick this kid. And I'm like, what's going on? So I said, okay, hey, you come with me. We'll go wreck these teams. So picked him. He followed me everywhere. We started shooting, and we end up, winning his first game. He was so excited. His dad, me and the dad really became good friends, and he wanted to start speedball. So I was like, all right, cool. But he was really small. I didn't know he was going to be great on snake player because they're small. So
small. Target.
So we started playing. Then these two other guys. I actually met two guys in an indoor field up in New Jersey, and we got along. And he said, okay, why don't you come out over here? It's closer to your place, and we started playing that field. Like in a year's time, I had two teams, A team, B team. We started going out, playing events and stuff like that, and taking first and second in Connecticut, New Jersey. These are small events, but it was worthwhile for these little kids,
right?
For the younger kids. So it's like, I wish we could have went to bigger events because, but like I said, they're younger kids, so we wanted to. It was great having two teams. So we were all like brothers, and the way, how some teams are like, are hotheads and stuff like that. Like our team was pretty, anything goes on, we can settle it and get back out there and hustle. And I really wanted to stick with that team, but like I said, I had a kid and things changed. And
started a family.
Yeah, family. Yeah. We didn't know my wife was pregnant at the time, and then she told me, and I was like, okay, I gotta do my I either gotta put a pause, on this, and then school also, and then just work. I worked as a lab analyst for 17 years, and night shifts and all that stuff like that. And thank God that helped me because I had to feed. My wife wasn't working at the time; she was still, going to school for nursing and stuff like that. So, without that job, I wouldn't, wouldn't have been able to make it. I wouldn't be able to make it. So I told us I'll put it on hold for now, and then when everything settles, our kids get a little older, and plus my son, I really wanted my sons to come out and play, and I want them to enjoy the sport that I love, but not really working out as I planned. Some of them baseball, and then gaming. It's tough.
Gaming took over everybody.
Yeah. So
well, I mean, if you think about it, these kids they're so ingrained in that, and then the feeling of getting shot by the paintball, I think you have to get over that.
Yeah.
Like
it's a maturity thing.
It takes a thing. It takes like a minute to click in when you go from not moving because you're scared of getting shot to making that move and not being worried. Like you're like, okay, I'm not gonna die. It's not gonna kill me, right?
Yeah, exactly.
But you have to click in on that. So my son Leo, he plays on our youth team. I mean, you've met him, right? Yeah. And getting him to come out and practice is it's not always easy. Yeah. As much as he says he likes it, and I ask him, I'm like, hey buddy,
Leo's good though.
You gotta practice.
You gotta practice.
So Joe, I have a question. So I want to talk about your creative side. So you used to do graffiti, right?
Yeah.
Did that translate into a passion for photography whenever you had your child and you started your family? That was like a personal like knack to?
Well, graffiti was just something when I was.
Because I imagine, like, I mean, you got to be an artist.
Yeah, I love art. I've always been interested in art. I just had to figure out what was my niche. If I can't draw on the wall, or if I can't, I take pictures.
Absolutely.
There's other ways, there's other formats, and I actually went to school for learning how to shoot and stuff. It took me a while to learn, and then I've also taught people. I have people who I've taught that actually work in Vogue now, or people who are I used to, before all this stuff, I tried different things. I tried shooting the New Year Fashion Week. Everybody loves I've done model shooting, I've done weddings, I've done all of them, but at the end of the day, this is like my favorite. This sport, there's always something about this sport that intrigues me, paintball, and it's always fun. I've never. It's just something that I don't know. I just can't. I can't really.
Can't put your finger on.
Yeah, I can't put my finger.
I know
on
it's tough, dude.
It's hard, but it's just like I said. Like I'm very at the end through my week. At the end of the week, I'm always looking forward to Sunday. Coming out. Either if I'm playing or if I'm just using my camera, and you don't need a lot of people ask me since I've been here, says, oh, do you need the expensive cameras? No,
I was one of those people.
I'm still using my old camera that I had back in 2008. It's a 7D. A lot of people say, oh, you need all these expensive things that you. No, you don't. I have my gear, which I had back in 2008, and it's just, I still shoot great photos with it. People are just so into, equipment. They're not really.
They think they need the next best thing.
Yeah.
But the art is inside, you can utilize your skills.
You have to learn how to use it, your eye, before you can actually press a button. I mean, when they say nowadays, like, oh, everybody has a phone, or I can be a photographer. No. If you don't know how to use the settings, you don't know how to focus correctly. You don't know how to I forgot how do you say this, position wherever
the structure.
The structure is over there because
just the perfect view, angle,
or the way
the composition.
The composition. There you go.
Composition.
Yeah. If you don't get a very good composition, people are just going to skip your photo. Most people, when they take pictures, they're mostly portrait photos. like over the weekend, Datu, I told him many times, I said, try not to shoot portrait because not very appealing. It's good if it's like on Instagram, if it's just a normal
like a
picture.
reel.
Yeah, but if you want to catch motion and stuff like that, you have to shoot landscape. I let him use my camera over the weekend, and when I did my editing, it's all portraits.
Everything is
it's all like tall. I'm like, didn't I tell him not to do that? But he got a few good pictures. But if he caught it in a landscape, he would have caught a better. He could have caught a better picture. It's the movement, because paintball, you want to make sure if you take a picture of somebody who's just shooting a gun and you have nothing in the background or nothing, how can they know what is it?
It doesn't give the viewer an idea of what's going on. Yeah.
Now, if I can take a picture of if I can take a picture of a guy who's shooting and then another guy behind him, like a teammate, you can tell they're playing a teammate game. Or if I can take a picture from behind the shooter shooting at somebody else, that can those are lucky shots, because at the same time I'm getting shot.
You're getting shot up.
so I'm trying my best. So that's one thing I'm trying to learn too. Trying to find ways to cover myself up, since I'm wearing I'm wearing 3 shirts, 3 sweaters. But for some reason it always hits the soft spot. I don't know. No matter how much gear, I try wearing to wear Under Armour stuff, or like all the armor stuff inside, but for some reason that paint always hits the most sensitive parts. And I'm like, okay, so I got to try to cover that part up, but
doesn't matter.
You're gonna have to come out here in like a samurai suit or something.
That's right. I actually back in XTPL, there was a dude.
Okay.
It wasn't verbal. I saw. I didn't really meet him. I mean, he was with me, but I kind of
did your own thing.
Yeah, I did my own thing because I didn't want to do. I didn't want to buy it really. But there was this guy. He came in with coveralls, like like the farmer coveralls. I actually asked him. I was like, "Hey, does that help?" Because it's thick. Yeah. And he's like, "No." I'm like, I'm like, "Then why do you wear it?" Because I thought it would work, and I'm like, "So you're trying to do all these things?"
He's trying it too.
Yeah. So then I would ask other times, "How do you guys get those?" I'm in the process of learning as well.
Sure.
So I want to get those nice shots, like verbal. I understand his process. I could see, but the gear that he had, I didn't get to see his gear, but I can tell what's under that because he was all covered up. But I can tell what he was using, and I could structure my way of doing things. Because other photographers were telling me "Oh, just bring a shield with you." Why would I want to bring That's another thing I'm carrying with me. Mm-hmm. If I'm trying to do video, if I'm trying to do what do you call this? Photography and stuff like that. I can't just
hold up a shield while I'm trying to get the best view.
And also some of these shields are they're not clear. So even if I try to use a shield to cover, it doesn't get.
Bro, you're just in a line of fire.
Yeah, I'm just in the line of fire. What's the point? Some people would shoot over but hold the shield, but I need to see what's behind I need to see. People nowadays, they don't use their eyepiece when they take pictures. They use their big screen, and they're like, they can just. It is convenient, but as a photographer, you want to be able to use. You want to be able to use the eyepiece to compose your image and also see the settings. Nowadays, a lot of people just put on automatic and hope for the best. I don't do that. If I go out there, I can see the light. I can see how much I can see my settings and everything like that, and set it the way I want it. Learn from that. If this settings don't work out, then I switch. So recently, I've been working on my settings on video and photography. So far, photography, I think I got it down packed. Video, still working on it. But I think I'll get there. It's just
your videos are coming out pretty cool though. Yeah. I mean, you're starting to dial it in.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like with anything, right? You start playing paintball, you're not going to be the greatest at the beginning, but as you start to dial in those shots and you start getting better with your skills,
You just have to. You just have to adjust. That's what. That's what I tell my son. Like when he plays baseball, I say, if you're playing baseball, if you miss something or you're doing something wrong, adjust. So that's how I see it. Like if I feel like I'm doing something wrong, I adjust. If the lens is not correct, or then I'll adjust. So lately, I've been adjusting, and I've been trying to figure out certain things, like new hardware and stuff like that. But I don't want to put myself into debt. So
I can only imagine how expensive that equipment is.
It can be expensive, but see, it's do a lot of research. That's what they, when it comes to, don't just buy. A lot of people impulse buy. So I try not to do that. I really do my research. If it's worthwhile, I'll buy it, and then I'll work around it. I mean, I do have a lot of stuff that I have back then that I haven't.
You're letting me use one of your pieces of equipment, man. Thank you.
I think would be very helpful for you. That's why I kind of, and it's like, I think I like this community based kind of thing. Paintball to me is like a community based. Like everybody helps each other out. I'm very thankful for John, taking me in, because like I said, I'm new here. I didn't know anybody. You were very welcoming. The people here were very welcoming. You were very welcoming. So it's like, I feel like I belong. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's not like someplace I went to when I first came here. I went to, like, not to be mean to like other places. I went to TXR. I went to Wasteland. Nobody talked to me. Not even like, hey, come out and you want to play, or like. And I had my gear. I'm standing there and I'm holding my marker, and it just seemed like you can't get on the field without a team. And I'm like, can I get on with you guys? Oh no, we're playing with it. I'm like, oh, okay. When I came here, can I get on? Yeah. John was the first one. Like, just come on. So it was like, it's that kind of thing. So that's why I said, you know what? Let me see what I can do with John. I'll help him out here, and it'd be great. Since I had my media stuff, I can provide help. When covering on Instagram, put his name out there and all that stuff. Because it'll benefit you, it'll benefit me, and I get to come here.
Yeah.
So it gives me a reason. So that's why I tell my wife. It's like, John needs help with this. But she's cool. I mean, she's very supportive. She's cool with it. I mean, now that she knows that she's seen me work 17 years straight, nonstop. Like even through COVID, my job was, because I was a assistant manager for an evening, so I was there every day, even on weekends and stuff like that. So she saw how hard I worked. And I guess she's like, you know what, Joe, it's a good time for you to just relax a little bit. She'll work now since she's a nurse and makes more money than me. But so it's
no wrong with that.
Exactly. No, yeah. So it's like
it's team money, dude.
Yeah, it's team money. Yeah, so it's good. I mean, when we moved here to Houston, it was great. Like my kids loved it. My kids can do more stuff. It was very restricted in New York, so it's like with all those things going on.
So how was
came down to the South?
Yeah. So.
How was the XTPL event? That was what, last weekend, right?
XTPL event was pretty good. I got there. I've never been there before, and luckily I spoke with them beforehand. I asked them if I could come out and take some photos and stuff like that. And the deal was if they're allowed to use some of my photos for it, which I shared with them. And a lot of good teams out there. I enjoy watching them, especially some of the teams, especially Fit. When you go on like Instagram and stuff like that, you see a lot of their videos. So it's like, and a lot of those teams are there, and there's a lot of good teams.
They put in work.
Yeah, they put in work. Yeah, and you can tell how devoted. The one I was amazed about was these. I forgot the name of it, but the three girls that were playing against.
Was it Dallas Vibe?
These little. I forgot the name of the girls. I have it. I'm not very good with team names. But, yeah, but these three girls were playing against all these other top players. I was like, wow, okay. It was a youth team, but they held their own. And
could have been paintball ladies, because there is a paintball ladies girl youth team.
Yeah, they were wearing purple. It was a youth team, and there was
or it could have been Soda Cats or TKO. Anyway, there's a bunch of.
And it was amazing because I was like, wow, see, in my point of view, I've never really seen a sport where girls can just jump in and play. You know what I mean? Like, you go basketball against all men, yeah. And they can play against guys, like on par, they do their thing and stuff like that. And, it's just like a sport that's like all round, that's what I really like about paintball. So it's like,
yeah, I mean, it's easy to play. Easy to play. But I think AB and I talk about this. It's easy to play the sport. I think it's obviously like anything, mastering it is where the dedication and the extra work comes in. But it's something that you can pretty much give anybody a gun and let them.
And when they're younger, they can focus. If they focus, they can be very good players.
Yeah.
And one kid from XTPL, really short guy, smaller than my son, and this kid was dominating the snake side, and I was like, wow, this kid. And it's just crazy.
Did he have a mohawk?
Yeah. Oh, he had colored hair.
Purple colored hair.
Yeah, purple colored hair. I think it was TKO.
Yeah, TKO.
That
Vale Todo is there.
Yeah. That one kid, he. Man,
I can't think of his name right now.
Yeah,
but you just described him. He knows.
But he knows. He knows we're talking about him. But he's pretty good.
And when we watch him, like he really knows his position. The way he sets himself up, the way he utilizes the bunkers, and it's just like remarkable because I'm still trying to learn that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And
those are the skills you can't teach. It's like almost innate.
Yeah.
So and they want to do it so it shines bright, you know, especially when they're so young, they're good.
And when they put him out and they talk about him, like I truly understand, like, wow, this kid, he's on par with, if he just moves forward with this, he'd be
he'll be good.
Yeah, he'll be very good. So
he is already good.
Yeah, exactly.
he gives us some trouble when we're playing in the events.
Yeah.
Obviously I got Rampage kids, right? My youth team, and we played last season. We played all of the Bunker Fest events, and we played NXL Texas, and we ended up going against them, and at World Cup went up against that team in all of those events, and they're good. They're all good players. I mean, they're coming out of a good camp, right? Paintball Fit, they have a strong camp. Right?
Paintball Fit
Or PB Fit. No, it's Paintball Fit, right?
I think it's Paintball Fit.
Yeah, Paintball Fit. They have their field. Their semi-pro team just went pro last season.
Yeah.
So they dominated the semi-pro circuit for the NXL last season. And then they beat out Blast Camp, right?
Yeah.
At World Cup, they beat out Blast Camp to get their
spot,
their opportunity to jump up into the pros. So we'll see how they do this season. This will be their first season.
Well, I need a list of all the names because you're throwing all these names. I'm just like, who are they? I didn't even know. Like I'm still new.
No,
right? You already know. So this is all new, fresh. Like you're gonna have to explain to me what speedball is again. Because when I see y'all play out here, I think it's all speedball.
Well, no, it is out here. This is all speedball.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. So what?
Speedball.
So besides speedball, what's the other type of paintball?
Rec ball. Recreational paintball.
Yeah.
Which is usually on the indoor field.
You can call that rec.
Consider that could be rec, but you would consider that speedball.
Yeah.
I would consider it speedball. It's recreational speedball, but the format, right? So with speedball, you have essentially a mirrored field. The bunkers are the same on both sides. It's structured, right? Rec ball is more, you're playing in the woods, or you have made up little huts and villages and stuff like that, survival game stuff.
Okay,
right?
that's what I was going to say.
So that's kind of the big difference between speedball and rec ball.
So what I see on your TVs here playing throughout the day,
that's all speedball.
That's speedball.
Yeah.
So paintball is built on speedball?
No, paintball was built on in the woods.
Well, I mean, now since the game sport has progressed, now it's speedball.
Right.
Yeah. Right.
That's so. I would say that's probably the highest level of competitiveness.
Okay.
Right.
So that's where we're at. All right.
They do have
different formats. Like on speedball, they have 10-man,
5-man, X ball.
Yeah.
There's different
rules for each.
rule. Yeah.
I think like speedball has more rules, in order to play it. For woods ball, it's just like go out and shoot whoever is the enemy, or capture the flag.
But it's not as competitive because it seems like the speedball is more organized, like team tactics, and you have to be more,
it's more
fundamentally sound.
It's more team involved. Speedball, speedball is more team involved. For woods ball, it's just like you can have like 100 people with you. You don't know most of them,
but everybody's playing.
Everybody's playing to have one, either like a goal, either capture the flag or capture the place, or shoot out everybody that you can see on the other side.
Yeah. So that's like survival game.
Yeah, it's like a survival.
That's like survival. Okay. Or like TXR. So TXR, did they end up winning? Best rec ball field?
No, I didn't see that. No,
I think so. I don't know. I don't want to.
So that's the iconic award.
Well, so the best rec ball field in Texas was the In the Pits Awards. Yeah. So In the Pits is Christian Smith. He's another guy that does paintball podcasts, kind of geared more towards Texas and the Texas scene. Mm-hmm. And he put out these awards. It was the first year that he did the awards.
Oh, sweet.
Right. So and I was actually like his second or third or fourth episode. If you go back and look at his episodes, I was a guest on one of his.
Okay. All right, I got to go back.
You got to go back and check it out.
And it was crazy because when we saw that on Facebook, I was like, intrigued by it. I was like, is this his first? Because I didn't see that last year. Like, I didn't see him post something like that. Yeah. This year, it was just something out of the blue. When I saw the videographer and photographer side, I was like, that's a goal I can try to reach. I was like, I can see myself there.
Bring home a dub like that.
Bring home something. Awesome. That'll be great. Yeah, especially if Splat will bring. It's something. It's as long as there's a goal. I think.
Bro, I think that's cool that you have player capabilities that you play, and also you can shoot film and photos because that would be the next thing for a place like Splat or any place that's trying to be the next up and coming thing. You need exposure. So when you have a guy like yourself and you can play, that's sweet versus just somebody having to come out and only shoot, right? You can do both, right? So it makes you want to stay in the game longer and provide great A1 service, shooting film.
And you think about it, when people come out here, I've noticed that when everyone who's come out here, there's never one guy that goes, "Hey, when are those photos gonna come out?" Because everybody likes photos of themselves.
That's what I'm saying.
And to me, I think it's nice because especially if you have like a newcomer who comes out and he's just trying the sport out and stuff. Usually, most of the time when they see themselves playing in the game and they see that, they're like, I'm going back next Sunday.
Exactly.
I'm going back
That's what I'm saying.
I'm trying to get some more film time.
Because it gives them exposure, right, in the city. And, with their name on their back, a few photos and videos, people start to,
and like what I do is like I don't charge for photos. I mean, I want them to have their photos, and I like seeing when I go on my Facebook and anyone who's followed me and stuff like that, all their profile photos. To me, it's like, I'm happy. So that's I'm like, and they keep up with the, they leave my logos, which is great. I don't mind. All I ask is for a share and all that stuff. So it's just to me that's great. I'm happy to have that and show to.
They kind of like tag you and all that.
Exactly.
Good stuff.
So it's fun. So so that's why. And when they come on, they grab their and them being able to just take the photo and put it on and show people, because if they see that, other people see that, they might want to come out and say, "Hey, you went there last week. Can we go? Can we go next week?" They get their photo, so it's like
exactly.
So everyone on my Facebook, when they have those your little emblems in it, all my photos that I took, and everyone's like. So to me,
that's cool, man. That's definitely needed.
I'm
happy with that already. So it's
So going back to what you said a second ago about not charging for your photos, not charging. Mm-hmm. So have you thought about starting to, maybe request some donations or something?
If last year I didn't do it, or last year because I just started. I kind of wanted to put myself out there. Now that a lot of more people know this. People are asking me, you know, are you going to shoot events? We'll pay you and stuff like that. I'm not asking them to they're asking me if they can pay me which is great. I tell them, if you come out to the event, if I'm at an NXL event and I'm shooting, I'm going to shoot anyone that I see there. If you see any photos that are there and you want, you know, if you want to pay me, I'm more than happy to accept the funds.
No, we gotta start getting some bread, dude.
But for now, I mean, so far I've been good. There's been some people who've already provided some funds, which I'm just using to like keep up my website. That's the main focus is my website because that's where you can get your photos and stuff like that. So this year I am reformatting my website because it was under josephlapuebla.com. It's under. But now I'm going to switch it over to Dare One Media. It's just going to be mainly focused paintball. I might also think about selling, you know, some clothes and stuff like that. But
for sure.
You know, maybe paintball shirts and stuff like that. I just want to see what I can do. But it's just the beginning. So we're just the beginning of the year. I want to see where I can go from here, and then I can work my way up. You know,
I know that you recently went over to Wasteland, took some pictures for the Outlaw guys. Did they ask you to come out, or is that something you just kind of?
Actually, I went there for a practice for AMU. They wanted me to come out and take some photos. I said, okay, fine. And this was usually when anyone asks me, I tell them you have to plan it out with me a few weeks before because I do work also a normal job, and I said, okay, I'm going to come out, and I didn't mean to shoot anybody at Wasteland. I thought it was going to be for AMU, but for some reason everybody started were enjoying like me taking photos of them and stuff like that. So when I posted, all of a sudden people just started following me, from Wasteland, and I was like, okay, great, and they're asking me photos.
That's awesome, bro.
That's awesome. But that's what you want, right?
Yeah, that's what I want.
That's what
so
we're building up, and
I'm building up, and I love coming here every Sunday. This is, like I said, this is my home field. But sometimes I have to go step out a little bit.
Yeah, 100%.
Come back and then come back here and kind of want to push them over here.
Hey.
Tell them to come over here, come to Slack. It's if they want they like the photos I take, you know where to find me. I'm mostly here every Sunday, so it's that's the thing.
Well, I appreciate you coming out. I mean,
me as well, brother.
Yeah.
I
know that we took some videos of our training with re-up and put that out there. So no, it's awesome, man. I'm really happy to see. You were actually here on the first day that we played on our outdoor field.
Yeah,
we literally have pictures of the first Sunday but
it was weird because I was looming around here for like 2 weeks. I was like, wait, is your field gonna be done? It'll be done next week. Okay, so I would come. I come here like on weekdays, and I'm just like looking at him. He's still working in this field. And it was something
itching, bro. Like, come on, bro. Go on.
When he said we're gonna start on that field, I was there that first day. I was like, oh man, we're gonna. Well, actually, not the first day, the second day, because the first day, I think you guys. I'm not sure if you guys had a team practice. I think it was a team practice that you guys had.
We did. So the Rampage kids were the first ones to use the field. It was on a Wednesday.
Yeah, so I didn't know it was. I think I was working that day. So but the next follow, when they said, "Oh, the field's open," we're like, "Oh, I gotta go."
Yeah.
So I started playing. Yeah. So it was it was fun.
No, and we're excited, man. Like I said, your work is great. So you are going to be shooting at the HTPS event. So for those of you that don't know, Houston, Texas Paintball Series going on this Sunday. It's a 3-man tournament, Division 5 and Rookie Division. So we have two teams. Splat has 2 teams in here. We've got the Rampage kids are going to be playing in Division 5. And then, of course, Houston Rampage, we're going to put a team in there to get in the mix, And so I have the list here pulled up of the teams that are signed up. It looks like all payments have been accepted for all these tournaments, so they are locked in. So I'm going to go through this list real quick. There's 18 teams playing. This is specifically for Division 5 3-man, right? So
Here.
Division 5 here.
Bro, that's so awesome, bro. Congratulations, man. That's just like
So this coming up Sunday
congratulations, my boy.
in like a couple days. But we have AMU Gold, AMU Killers, Bayou Games Factory, which I think they're out of Louisiana.
Okay.
Traveling all the way from the boot?
Cerberus.
Cerberus? I think that's what it says.
Cerberus. Cerberus.
Cerberus, yeah.
What is that? Anybody know?
I think that's like a 3-headed dog, right?
No, I thought that was something else. Maybe. It probably is.
Probably is, yeah.
Probably some Harry Potter reference.
But yeah.
Cold-blooded.
Okay.
Cold-blooded D6.
Okay.
We have Destiny, Texas, which they play out of here in Splat. Elite Dynasty.
Okay.
They took second or third place at the last
H. Last H.
the last HCPS 3-man. We have Elite Dynasty Green, Elite Dynasty Rookie. So they have that Elite Dynasty camp. They have 3 teams coming in.
Team, yeah.
We have another Houston, another Splat Zone team is Houston Homicide.
Okay.
They have a Division 5 team going in. Houston Outcasts. There's a lot of Houston teams here.
Yeah.
H-Town on the map, bro. Trying to take over.
Houston Rampage. That's our home team here. Looks like Outlaw AP D5.
Okay.
Rampage Kids. Texas Militia. TXL Fusion. And TXL Fusion Vice. So those are the 18 teams playing this weekend. It looks
Here in
like
Splat.
yeah, there's no rookie division, so it would just
it's all just gonna be
one big tournament.
Okay.
Division 5.
Yeah, because I think they didn't have enough for the rookie.
Bro, I'm looking forward to this, brother.
Yeah,
That's
it'll be good.
nice. Yeah.
So we've done a lot of upgrades to the field. Most of you don't know that. Well, actually, it was just posted on our Instagram, but we got our brand new bunkers in. 2024 NXL set, full upgrade kit with bases, everything brand new in the box, literally in the box. We're really excited. You know, Valken got Valken Paintball. They helped us out. They're one of our team sponsors, one of our field sponsors. It's one of our we've been working closely with them starting from the end of last season into actually we shot Valken paint all season last season for Bunker Fest. We shot Valken for the kids team. Houston Rampage was just kind of thrown together here and there for all the different events. But they shot Valken. So at the NXL event, so their Valken Pro is actually, I really like it.
Point.
Yeah, it shoots super good. And you know, we're working on getting some of our lower tier paint. We're getting those figured out. You know, there's a fine balance between practice paint and tournament paint, and then you want to you make sure that you're not over. It's tough, right? When you practice, you're shooting a lot of paint, right?
Yeah.
So you want to make sure it's economical, but the less expensive it is, the worse the quality of it is. So you want to find that balance of, you know, price versus quality. Try to get that as close to the middle as you can. So we're working on some of those things. But we're excited. Friday afternoon, we'll have the HTPS layout up.
Okay.
So it will be up Friday. Teams will be able to play on Saturday if they want to come out and try it out. Okay. And then the event will be on Sunday.
Yep. And I'll be at that event. I'm planning to try to do if I do my best, if I get everything worked out, hopefully I can live stream. I'm trying to I kind of want to put it like a setup here on Sundays where people can just, you know, go on YouTube and see if they can, you know, watch people play and maybe want to come out and, you know, be part of it. Hopefully, if everything works out, I'll be able to live stream the event and at the same time, you know, take videos and photos of the event and, you know, just help out the event. So you know.
Well, we appreciate you, dude. We appreciate you coming out. Joe, we're happy to have you out here. We look forward to this season, and we really want to thank you for the time that you took to come out and just speak with us. Look forward to seeing the rest of your work. Again, your Instagram
is Dare One Media.
At Dare One, the number one.
Yeah, the number one.
So DAR, the number one media on Instagram. No underscores, none of that.
Underscores,
it's just all together.
It's just all one together.
Yeah. Also, you could just, most of the time, your stuff is tagged in all the Splat stuff too. So if you guys want to check it out. I didn't get a chance to show you, and I'll throw this up in the video, but here's our latest rendition of our jersey for this season coming up.
Ooh, that's what I've been trying. I wanted to see how that looked.
Yeah, man. So this is the final outcome here. I'm gonna zoom in, and I'll throw this on there. But we got you in there, Dare One Media, right there under the gangster, and then it's gonna be right there on the sleeve too. So.
Oh, great.
Yeah, man.
Nice.
Huge shout out real quick to all of our sponsors. We have Re-Up Athletics, providing superior athletic support for all the teams here at Splat.
Yes, sir.
We also do offer youth sports training. So it's not just paintball specific, even though we do have obviously a sweet spot in our heart for that. We do also offer training for all other sports: soccer, football, basketball,
track,
speed, agility,
jump training.
Yeah. Let the man say it himself. Dude. He's got it all.
No, if you're looking for your young man, young lady who's looking for some athletic development, come to Splat, and we can get some things rolling.
Yeah, and then of course again, Dare One Media, Gangster Paintball, always coming through and hooking us up with some fresh gear, and of course our most recent sponsor, Valken. And then we're throwing this out there because we're trying to get it in. We're wanting Coca-Cola to sponsor the field.
Awesome.
So we're gonna start throwing it out there. We're gonna start promoting. We'll see what we can work out, and hopefully that would be really cool. We really want to grow the sport to the point where it becomes mainstream, right? It becomes a little bit more accessible to the public, and it's gonna start by us educating people.
That's the most important, because most people who play paintball, the first thing they think of, does it hurt?
Absolutely. That's the first thing I said.
But it hurts, but just for a few minutes or like a few seconds. It doesn't, it's, you get over it. Adrenaline rush, and it's just, but once you start getting into it, it's a guaranteed you'll be locked onto playing the game. Yeah. And that's how I feel. That's how most of the players out here feel. It's just how it is.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a part of the sport, right? Yeah, every sport has its ups and downs.
Yeah.
Right. So,
like, I'd love to play football if I just didn't have to get tackled, bro.
You're going to get tackled, bro.
You got the ball back.
But everybody finds their sport, and to us, paintball is a sport for me and sport for you. You do training, and that's your thing. So it's like.
So we're gonna get AB locked in, playing some paintball pretty soon. Hopefully by the end of the season. I know we're working on some things just to get everything kind of situated and in position. But
I'll be there soon. I'll be there soon. Yeah.
When you least expect it, here comes AB. Pow!
I'll be your teammate. We'll start a team.
Yeah, there you go. All right, guys. Well, thanks again. Don't forget to listen to our podcast. We're going to shoot for at least one every other week. We're going to try and shoot these out on Tuesdays. Yeah, man. We appreciate you coming out.
Welcome, Joe. Yep. Welcome, my brother.
And just till next time, don't forget, play paintball.
It's just